Welcome to our show, Psychic Cheryl Lynn.
Well, thank you for having me back. I want to say hello to everybody. I've been looking forward to this show, David and Cheryl. We are going to be getting into 2017. There's so much to go over, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you.
Well, thank you. We're looking forward to it as well. And it'd be really helpful to know what we can expect in 2017 and the other information that you have for us. We're just really excited about, so go right for it.
Okay. Well, the first thing that I want to say to everybody is I just want to give a little heads up about astrology. Now, right now, we are doing this on April 10th of 2016, this radio show. Now, as of now, Saturn, which is like the hard luck planet, the karmic planet, the taskmaster planet, is in the house of Sagittarius. It's a very heavy energy planet, and it's in the house of Sagittarius. It was there last year. It's in this year, and it will be in 2017. Okay. Now, Mars, which is like the war planet, the warrior planet, the aggressive planet, has just now moved into Sagittarius, where it's with Saturn. Okay, so think of these two planets, the two heavy hitters, as like prize fighters. It's churning up all the energy right now, and it's going to be doing that from April through October of this year of 2016, okay? So all the energies now are churned up. So you're going to be hearing a lot of, like, more terrorism. People are going to be acting crazy. You might feel more nervous, especially the sun sign of Sagittarius. But again, think of the Mars and Saturn going at each other, back and forth for this year of 2016. Now, this is the year of the manifester. 2016 is thoughts are things. So make sure you manifest positive things. But again, it's a very high active energy year. Things are bubbling to the surface now. But 2017 will be the year of the scandal. So now we're going to be getting into 2017 where all this bubbling's going on now, David and Cheryl. All, these two planets that are going back and forth, all this manifesting and bubbling is going to be popping to the surface in 2017. You can run, but you cannot hide. You better be in the truth. And I'm talking that to all the people that are listening. Please live your truth, be truthful, and get on the positive train there. Because if not, you're going to be exposed, and you're going to see a lot of that happening in 2017, a lot of just one thing after the other. Now, I was talking a little bit about 2016. The good news is about that Mars and Saturn in Sagittarius activity is that in October then, Mars will leave Sagittarius, and everybody can take a collective sigh of relief, okay? So that ramped up energy will leave, once Mars gets out of there. Okay, so I just want to let everybody know, if you start feeling nervous, if people are acting crazy, or if your cars don't work or your computers don't work, it's just this Saturn-Mars hookup that's going on right now. So astrologically, there's a lot going on right now. Okay, so I just want to set the mood for 2017. And again, like I said, it's the year of the scandal. So I want to start my 2017 predictions, and we're going to go through these like one by one, and we can start talking about it. And I just want to let everybody know that I did do these on 3/11/16. So that's when I actually put the predictions down on paper. So David and Cheryl, I'd like to tell people actually how I do my visions. I think it's important because some people have asked me about how do I get these visions, and I just want to say that like for the 3/11/16, the 2017, what happens to me is that's the date that I put all my predictions on the paper. Throughout all of 2015, my visions come to me, and I actually I physically cannot move. My visions come forward that I have to stop and write down on little pieces of paper what the visions are. This happens to me all year long. So like these 2017s, this is all year through 2015. The 3/11/16 is when I actually put everything on paper. So I do want to clear that up because people have asked me about my visions, and it's just like, I don't know, David, I know you're a medium. I don't know when you get visions how it works for you, but for me, it's like I can't even move. It's like it comes forward so quick that I have to write it down. How do you do your visions, David? What happens for you?
occasionally I'll get a precognitive dream, or I'll be watching TV or something will come into my mind like a flash. And thirdly, if somebody's asking me about it, I'll just sit down, relax, and then I'll start seeing things. If they want general for the year, I'll just start seeing things that come at me, or they can ask me certain areas, price of gold, storms, whatever, and then I'll focus on it. Whatever I get immediately, that's what I get. And so that's how it worked for me.
Okay, so it's basically what happens to me too, but with me I have to write it down or it doesn't stop. Like the vision doesn't stop until I write it down. It almost clicks it off then. So that's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. And people have been asking me about how I do my predictions, so that's what happens. It's all personal, like everything's different for everybody. Okay, so I want to start with my 2017 predictions. Now the first one is, like we said, 2017 is going to be the year of scandals revealed. Watch as the truth comes out on major establishments and people. This happens all around the world. In America, I see a major cultish church being exposed and members walking away from it. You thought Jarrett from Subway was bad. Watch as more and more well-known people are caught with child porn and the molestation of children. And this purging of the truth will start in 2017 and continue for many years. And these things must crumble in order for the new and better to begin. Okay, so that's just my first prediction. I do see a major, I'm not going to mention what the church is, but there is a major cultish church that you're going to start seeing that church crumble. A lot of celebrities go to that church. Okay, so you're going to start, again, scandals, things being exposed. You can run, but you cannot hide. I also see a lot of child molestation, more and more of that coming to the surface. And some well-known people, and shocking, with the child molestations. But again, they'll be brought to justice. And also this purging of the truth. So right now, David and Sherelle, we have the indigos, which are here. And this is the beginning of the indigos. So they are demanding that we tell the truth. So this, they're in control right now, or the indigos are here, the first batch of indigos. So they're the ones that are making all this change. They're causing change, and they will continue to do that in 2017. And I will let you guys know, the children born right now as we speak, the 0 to 4-year-olds, which is the ending of the indigos, they're the ones that are going to finish it all. Okay, so we have the starters now, but the ones the 0 to 4-year-olds that are born right now, they're the ones. They're the kick butt indigos that are going to, you know what I mean? They're going to end it all. They're going to end it, and then the crystal children will come in. So the indigos are going to tear down in order for the crystals to come in to rebuild. Okay. So all this stuff is happening right now. So I find that exciting about the indigos being here. But anyway, so again, I see a lot of, purging of the truth there. All right. Number 2, I had a disturbing vision of elementary school children wearing masks or covering their faces. As they evacuated this school, many were coughing and some children died from this poison. Almost looked like what you would see from chemical warfare, and this vision could be for another country instead of America. So again, I did get this vision of children with these gas masks on, these little kids. There will be more violence in schools in America, and we'll get into that as I continue on with my predictions here. Okay. And then my third prediction is the start of the deterioration of organized religion and religious rituals. That's going to be a big thing. You're going to start seeing, it's not even like one denomination. It's, again, purging of the truth. Things are going to come out. If it's not on the up and up, it's going to crumble. Again, the indigos are going to want real answers, you know what I mean? So any corruption in the churches, that stuff's going to be exposed. And I see all churches. I see all denominations, not just like one particular church. So what do you think about that, David?
It's interesting. I've heard that in the past some people have been disenchanted with certain religions and are leaving, in mass perhaps. And I've also perhaps heard that, since there's more internet and Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and more people discussing things around the world, and the spirituality is growing. People are starting to look in another direction for hope because they've been disenchanted by some of the old ways and belief systems and dogma and all that. So, I've got nothing against anybody's belief system personally, but I'm just saying that there's been a lot of changes. And so I think that, New Age of Enlightenment, which I said a few years ago that we're becoming into, this could be it.
Yep. So get more exposure of people. Okay, number 4, technology speeding up so much and becoming advanced that humans will not be able to keep up with it or understand it. So here was a very strange vision that I got. And of course, I'm not a technical person. I'm not a technically smart person. But I did get that even those of you who are very advanced with technology, the technology is going to be advancing so quick that even the human beings are going to say, hey, we got to stop. We don't understand this. Okay, it's going to become very, very complicated. I feel like there will be a pulling back a little bit with technology. Okay?
Okay.
That's
all
interesting, right? Yeah. Because I just saw something that shocked me, and you could have seen it too. An article, Microsoft has some new 3D technology, like on Star Wars, with that little R2-D2 projected Princess Leia out. As you saw that, they actually had an article recently where Microsoft has developed or in the process of developing that. So that's scary because they say you can have conversations with a hologram all over the place. So it's true.
But I predicted the holograms like years ago, like the holograms, like the concerts, and so that's going to be a big thing too, the holograms. But it's just like more and more. There's going to be a little bit of a pulling back. It's going to be, hey, wait a minute, we have to learn this. Even though we're the ones that are programming it, we have to learn it because it's so advanced.
And it's coming too fast.
Very fast, right. Again, with the indigos, David, this is going to be a amped up generation, for the next couple years here. I mean, it's going to be pretty amped up. Once the indigos get done doing what they need to do, the crystals come in, and they're the ones that are going to be, let's rebuild, let's become community. There's going to be a softening, okay? So, and I do feel even for, technology, it's not going to be as, quick as it is, right now, okay?
All right.
Okay, now, another theme that I got as I was doing the 2017 predictions was pestilence around the world. I got a lot of, pestilence. I got a lot of, insects, bugs, more advanced insects. So some of these predictions now are about pestilence, which I was surprised, but I got pestilence. Now, I have major pestilence problems in the Appalachian Mountains. We will hear of a new tick that is twice the size of a regular tick. Now, this can, mean also just bugs in general becoming bigger, more advanced. I did see a tick that was twice the size of a regular tick. And again, not just the Appalachian Mountains, but other areas as well. I just zoomed in on the Appalachian Mountains. So there's going to be some problems there with pestilence. Number 6 is coffee crops in their countries are affected in 2017 or 2018 through flooding or pestilence. Again, some coffee crops are destroyed, high prices on coffee. So I do see the coffee prices going up in 2017. Something going on with the crops there. Number 7, there will be a cyber hacking into the security of a major establishment. This could be a department store chain or even a bank. I see millions of people being affected by it. Yeah, this cyber hacking, David and Sherelle, is going to be taking on even more of a problem. Major bank. I see a lot of people being extremely concerned. So what do you think about that, David, the cyber hacking, David and Sherelle?
Well, my thoughts are I've been reading articles. And there's I guess in Sweden and some other country in Europe are going cashless because it saves the government money, and people, all they have to do is, like in Japan, there's a new thing, they use your fingerprint, and you can pay for something, or you can use your phone and swipe. And so and then other people are talking about eliminating the 500 euro and the $100 bill here and the 50. And some people think that they're trying to make us a cashless society. And I think the problem with that is if somebody hacks in and wipes out your bank account, you have no way to prove that you have any money, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or so I think that we should still be allowed to use money in case something like that happens, and put a few bucks aside in case that type of emergency happens. But I do believe that people will continue to do those cyber hacking attacks. Yes, I believe that.
Yeah, more and more. But again, there will be something in the news in 2017 of some major department store chain or even a bank or something that I see a lot. It's like a shock. I feel like it's a shock. It's so big. Okay. Number 8, you'll start to see a decline in the tiny house trend. Sales of tiny homes will decline too.
Really?
So,
wow.
Yeah, those tiny homes. Right now it's a big trend. Everybody getting the tiny houses, the tiny homes.
Right.
But I do feel that I feel like the people that got them have them, and you know what I mean. I feel like there's a decline in sales. I feel like there might be some issues about where they could put them. There might be some issues about actually living in them with your health. So there's something going on there with the tiny house trend. It's going to start to decline now in 2017. Okay.
Okay.
So anybody out there that sells them, just be aware of that. Okay, now I'm going to do some Hollywood. Everybody likes Hollywood. Okay, now I'm not getting a good vibe on Sylvester Stallone's health. I feel he'll be dealing with a major health issue in about a year. So I did get a strong vibe on Sylvester Stallone. Something's going on there. But his family will rally around him, and he will get better, okay? But there's something that I feel he'll be dealing with. Also, watch Roseanne Barr's health. I feel she will develop some kind of long-term condition or possibly a stroke. I get some kind of clot condition around her. Okay, so Roseanne Barr, I see clotting around Roseanne Barr, something going on with her. Okay, now this is interesting. We talked about pestilence and pests, but this is on the other side of the coin. The start of cricket protein food products found on the supermarket shelves, Americans discover the value of cricket protein. Now, I do feel that this, David and Sherelle, has to do directly with the indigos that are here, because they're going to be eating healthier, which I'll be getting into. But I do feel you're going to start seeing, like, cricket protein. I see it on the shelves, cricket, people accepting it and realizing what a good source of protein it is. David and Sherelle, what do you think about cricket protein?
Chocolate covered. Chocolate covered.
Yeah. No, but, I've seen some of those food shows like, was it Andrew Zimmerman?
Right.
I like foods, whatever, and they have probably proven to have some pretty good protein in them. I would probably taste a bug one time, but I wouldn't be interested in eating. I think I'll.
Oh no, I saw actually where they would, process it down to like a protein. It's not, you're not going to be eating bugs. It's like the actual protein. The cricket protein would be like I saw this in like a powder form.
Oh. Well, after it's out for a year or two, and if everybody's still walking around, then I might try it. That's the way Sherelle and I are. Whenever something new comes out, we won't try it until the bugs are out, no pun intended, or if, like a new phone or something, or if a new product of food comes out, we'll wait to make sure that people are still healthy a year or two after eating it, then we'll try it. That's just the way we are.
Okay, well, I see you guys, you'll be eating cricket bars, watch. You'll be eating the protein cricket bars, because they're going to be, it's a good source of protein. So anyway, you'll see the start of that.
Okay.
Okay. Now, new parents are going to make a change with their children's diets. This generation will come to realize that Michelle Obama was right about children's poor nutrition. Fast food and high sugar snacks and cereals take a hit as new parents start to feed their children whole organic foods. Eventually, some major fast food chains will close. So that's, again, that has to do with these new indigos that are out now. They'll be demanding better. I see like people eating better, the younger generation eating better than what our generation did. I will let you know, as I see the indigos evolving and the crystals evolving, they're not going to be able to process the food that we eat now. Do you know what I mean? They're just not going to be able to do it. The bodies, it's not going to be able to do it. Because of all the chemicals that are in the foods and you know, just the high sugar snacks. They're not going to, like, for example, I'll give you an example, like, you know, our generation, kids ate peanut butter all the time. We had peanuts and peanut butter all the time. There was no, like, nut allergies, or you had to worry about nut allergies when we were kids, you know. But now the children are very sensitive that are coming out today, and a lot of kids have nut allergies, and a lot of kids are very sensitive now to certain things. So I do see that to continue on, and I feel that, again, these indigos are going to be really looking into the whole organic food. So anybody who's in, like, the whole organic food business, they're going to see more and more of that. Better quality food. So I do see, and again, I do see some of the major fast food chains closing up. I really do, because it's just, it'll be shocking. And not all of them, but some of them. So what do you think about, like that, about whole organic foods and the chemicals in the foods?
I believe it. I believe that, no. In fact, a lot of people are just starting to grow their own because they know where it comes from. But not everybody can do that. But they're trying to go to places like that sell, you know, healthy, wholesome, organic food that doesn't have chemicals on it or any additives or anything like that. And I'm also shocked that as a child growing up, most kids hate their vegetables. But I'm also shocked that now I'm starting to see a lot of children, which was unheard of when I was growing up, that are vegetarians. Young kids, like, wow, you're right, they really are becoming aware somehow. So I do believe that more children and adults will be eating healthier and cutting out the sugars and fats and all that stuff. Because, as they say on Dr. Oz, sugar is a killer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And, again, it's
genetically modified foods, too. I think that's another thing that the indigos are not going to settle for.
Right, and again, a lot of the chemicals that we're ingesting now, they're not going to be able to ingest. Their systems are going to be too sensitive. So they will make a change, you know, and it's going to be a very positive change. So I do see down the line people eating a lot better down the line. Okay, next one I got is mentorships and volunteerism will rise in 2017. New grassroots political and charitable organizations start to form. So we are going to start seeing more and more mentorships, volunteerism, people getting the sense of community again. Now this is like a big thing. You're going to start seeing the sense of community. Again, this has to happen for the crystals to come in, because crystals is all about community. And people are really going to start getting out there again, which was a very positive thing. So I was very happy to see that. But they're going to start their own, like especially these indigos again, starting their own political groups, the charitable organizations, grassroots, people coming together. So that was very, very positive that I saw with that. Okay, the next one is watch for a new but smaller ISIS-like group come out of the Middle East. They will cause smaller acts of terrorism all over the world. This smaller faction of violence will spawn more and more smaller groups. Be careful. Now, the vision that I got, David and Sherelle, with this one was I saw the word ISIS, and off the word ISIS, I saw like sparks, like you would see like a welder, like if a welder would put the flame down to a metal, and you see those sparks coming off of it. And that's what I got, the vision that I got. I do feel that the ISIS itself will start to decline, that the group itself will start to decline, but you have these splinter groups and these copycatters, and we're seeing it now, but we're going to see it even more in 2017. These 2-3 people, sparked in. This goes all over the world. This is just not America. This is all over the world. So what's your opinion on ISIS and the things that are happening now, David and Sherelle?
That makes sense to me, what you said. I really don't need to expand on that. That does make sense of what you said. Now, I see the world improving, but, in the world there's always a balance. Otherwise, you'll never learn and grow. So there will always be those out there that are trying to do good, change the world, and then there'll be those out there who try to destroy the world. And I do feel that if everybody keeps working towards getting rid of ISIS, to start to run out of steam or something happen. But yes, again, it won't stop. Somebody else will pop up. It'll always be going on. So yeah, I think you're right on with that one.
Okay. And the last of my 2017 predictions. You will see the start of the American public schools crumbling. It does not work anymore. The new indigo children need different methods of teaching and different teachers. In 2017, you will clearly see the start of the destruction, tear down in order to build new. So the American public schools, it's just not working. The indigos need new kinds of teaching. How we were taught, the indigos can't have that. They're too smart. So I do feel new ways of teaching. I did predict, years ago about eventually everything being cyber schools. I eventually got that. So again, tear down in order to build up new. I really don't see an answer to the American public school system. It's just a mess. What do you guys think about the American public schools?
It varies, and it should vary. It should be consistent throughout the country. And I noticed that more people are doing homeschooling, and people are talking about doing school on the computer. So that sounds very plausible. And I think that we are headed that way, away from public schools, since they aren't working as well as they should.
And again, I see new kinds of teaching, new kinds of teachers, and everything really being, again, 2017 will be the start of it, everything changing because it has to change.
So I think they're going to add things like, I saw something on TV the other day where the school just took your children out for a field trip, not for something in class. They took the children out, and because they said the children need to get out in nature, see the water, see the fish, see the plants, see what's going on around. That they say we're just taken to nature for a day. That's part of the learning to grow up, because maybe children don't get out in that. So I see things like that added to the new teachings of the indigos. That's just a small example.
Yep. But they'll be doing more and more of that. So, okay, well, that's it. That's my 2017.
Perfect. And I wanted to also say on top of that, Cheryl and David, is that because there's so many people traveling, there's so many different things that you can do. They're doing a lot of computer work and stuff like that now. So a lot of you were predicting a couple of years ago, Cheryl, with us that people are going to do homeschooling, and I think that's going to still come about too. So I agree.
Yep. And also, did you see, David, that I have to tease you, David, a little bit about I predicted on your show a couple of years ago about cars that are going to drive themselves, and you said, I don't think that's going to happen, or you said something like that, and now I thought of you because I read in the news, they're starting to think cars that can drive themselves. I thought of you.
Yeah, you're right, because, like Google's one of them that has these self-driving cars that they're working on. So, yep.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
But what is everybody going to do when the cars are driving themselves? They're going to be looking down, texting the whole time.
Well, I think it's good, though, for, people that can't see or hear, or people like me that can't drive. I have a license, but I really shouldn't. It's like, so for somebody like me, if I want to actually travel, because I have a driver's license, but I'm not a good driver, so my husband has to take me everywhere. But if I had a car that would drive itself, that would give me, somebody like me, personal freedom that I could just, program the car. Like if I want to visit you guys in California, I'm in Pennsylvania. If I want to visit you guys in California, I could just, put that in and it'll drive itself. So for somebody like me, it would be, a personal freedom to be able to go and do and not depend on people to take me here and there. So for me, I mean, it would be a blessing. For some people, it's a blessing, I would think.
Yeah. So, as technology evolves, it won't never solve all our problems, but here and there, a lot of technology is helping people. So that's a good thing.
Yep, it sure is.
Okay, well, I want to get into my future visions now. Now, the future visions are things that are going to be happening later on, not exactly in 2017, okay? So this is stuff that's down the line. Again, I did this on 3/11/16, and that's just the date that I put this stuff on the paper. Again, these visions came to me all through 2015. So I get, like this year in 2016, I'll get 2018 visions and future visions, So like with this future visions, I got all through 2015, and I just got all my little pieces of paper together, and I put these together on 3/11/16. Okay? All right. Now, the first one I got is these terrorist attacks will continue and escalate for quite some time. They are happening because humans must relearn how to care for one another again. Humans have become too isolated. A tragedy happens, and we all come together and pray and send love. However, shortly after the tragedy, most of us slink back into our isolation lifestyles. We were meant to love each other and care about each other. These tragedies will force us humans to reconnect to our true selves. The indigos are here right now to fight and stir up the pot. They will continue to do this until humanity comes together as one community. The crystals, which are not here and will not be here for a time, is all about community and coming together. They cannot come if we are all hiding from one another and isolating ourselves. So this is like a big thing, and I got that direct from Spirit, David and Sherelle, about humans have to come together now and no more of this isolationism. What do you think about that, David and Sherelle, about the human isolationism?
Yeah. If people come together, they can exchange wonderful ideas and help and support each other and discuss things that are important to keeping the world wonderful, to improve it. And I think that's good. Isolationism is maybe not a good thing. Maybe it's better if we just, come together and make it a better world and peace and love and improve everything. So, yeah, I think that's going to happen anyway because people are going to have to come together at one point or another to try and make it better if they're tired of the way the world is and what's happening.
And that's, again, like I saw that the visions for 2017 about now, like the mentorships, the volunteerism, the grassroots political parties, the grassroots charitable organizations. That all ties into this being forced, and I hate to say the word forced, but like forced to become humans again, to reconnect, because we are meant to love each other and connect and work with each other. We're really not meant to be isolated, because one thing with the human experience, David, is that we're here for like our emotions and how we feel is what sets us apart from all the other beings that are out there, and our coming together, love, and things like that. There's other beings out there that are isolationists, and they're very isolated. They're not human, of course, but for the human experience, we're here to love each other and to show that love for each other. So the indigos, again, stirring up the pot so the crystals can come in. Okay. All right. Future vision number 2. Within 10 to 15 years, we will be able to get genetic shots. There will be a shot for most things. You're extremely obese, there'll be a shot for that. Down syndrome, there'll be a shot for that. Anything connected to genetics can be treated with these shots. And I see within 25 years that these shots can be given to babies before they are born. They will be able to genetically test the baby. So how about that? I mean, medical, science and medical is going to be unbelievable, but I've seen these genetic shots. So, obesity, you'll get the shot. You can genetically alter these things, which I thought was pretty awesome.
That does sound awesome. That does sound awesome, especially being able to, take care of things before the baby is born. And I think that's a great advancement. And,
medical science, Sherelle, is going to be unbelievable what they can do. I mean, they are now, but there's going to be like more and more. But again, these shots were just, I guess, 10 to 15 years, they'll start getting the shot. So I thought that was great. Now, talking about medical science, a major decrease of children with acquired autism. Medical community will clean up the vaccines. However, non-acquired autism does not decrease. New computers to help autistic people communicate. So the acquired autism, which is from the vaccines, and, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, there's two types of autism. There's the acquired and the non-acquired. But the acquired ones, where the children are allergic to the preservatives that are in the vaccines, the vaccines are giving them too much at one time. They will start cleaning that up, which is good. You're going to see a decrease, and I feel that sooner than later, of the acquired autism. So that's wonderful. I mean, that's good news. Now, the non-acquired, you won't. It is what it is, the non-acquired autism. But there will be new computers to help the autistic people communicate. So they will be able to communicate. But they are, like the autistic people, they are in a kind of different world, a different vibe. But at least they'll be able to communicate, talk, and please know that these autistic people are very advanced souls, too. And they're really here to help the person that's helping them. That's part of their life's purpose, their chart, their life's purpose. So what do you think about, like, autism and the, like, acquired and non-acquired in the vaccines, David and Sherelle?
I think it's possible. If they can figure out a way to genetically modify or fix our genes in certain cases, that'd be marvelous. My feeling is what's possible has been done. What's impossible will be done. And to qualify that, when I was a child in school, the teacher said, going to the moon is impossible. We'll never get there in your lifetime. Well, from the Wright brothers to the moon was only 60 years. So it sounds like magic to me, but as fast as medical science is now advancing, I totally believe it. And I think that if it really works, that it's going to be something amazing. It might even help shoot people up with these genes to make them resistant against cancer, I suppose, too.
Yep. So again, we'll see a decrease in the acquired autism, which I thought was great. Okay, I got a few more celebrity things here. Katy Perry will go to Las Vegas for an extended period of time and do a big flashy show like Britney Spears is doing now. It will be a huge production, and ticket sales will go through the roof, making it one of the biggest shows in Las Vegas history. So I do see Katy Perry doing a big show. I feel like she will have a baby and kind of settle in Las Vegas for a while and be able to raise her child. But it's going to be like a huge show. Like, it's going to be the biggest show in the history of shows. So that's going to be exciting to see. Princess Charlotte will be a very pretty princess. She will be a fantastic diplomat and use her charm and grace to make her points and get her way. A mix of Diana's beauty and grace with Queen Elizabeth's determination. She'll be more sociable than her brother George. So Princess Charlotte, I got a clear vision of her. Very different than her brother, because I do see George being a little standoffish, or George being a little bit unapproachable, or Princess Charlotte will be very much like Princess Diana. Now, I'm not saying she's a reincarnation of Diana. I'm just saying she's very similar to Princess Diana, but extremely smart. She's a diplomat. She'll be a great diplomat. So it'll be exciting to see Princess Charlotte. Johnny Knoxville develops a major health issue, could be MS. So the guy from MTV, Johnny Knoxville, I got like a health scare around him. Okay? Now, more and more sonic booms heard in strange places, sonic booms more common. Now, David and Sherelle, I just heard like these loud booms like happening and like in strange places, like loud thunder, but it's not. It's like booms. Now, sonic booms, or it could be something from, maybe you guys can explain it to me, like does the Earth release like booms? Because I got like it's Earth related. Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Some people claim not only the booms, but strange noises like trumpets playing or groaning noise, or sounds like to me metal against metal or something. How come these things just started happening in the last few years? And before that, we never heard them. Well, could the government, some people think it could be HARP, which is antennas they're trying to change the weather with, and that could be causing energy which makes those strange sounds. Could be aliens and UFOs doing something that we can't see. Could somebody be doing something underground that we don't know about, but nobody can pinpoint where these sounds are coming from exactly and what caused them. So I think that's really strange. But I know, I don't know if there's anything nefarious behind it, but to me it's either advanced government technology or extraterrestrial beings doing something. I don't believe it's the Earth, because why would it start doing all this now? Is there any earthquakes or storms or ground movement or anything happening with all this? No, it's just a sound. So I don't know. That's my only guess.
Yeah, but there's gonna be like more and more of that. You're gonna hear like more and more bang bang. Like what I heard. Yeah, so what I heard was like when you hear fireworks, they like someone will put the fireworks up, and then you hear those booms that bang, like boom boom, like boom boom. Like I heard a lot of just people like saying, what is that noise? So yeah, you talked a little bit about extraterrestrial too, David. There a couple of years, I do feel like it's there's going to be, well, you and I know that they're here. They've been here. But a lot of people don't know. And I do feel that there will be either a sighting or something gets leaked, or they're going to make themselves known a little bit more. Now we're not going to have an attack or anything like that, but there's going to be, people become more and more aware of them, or one of them could be reaching out. But I do feel finally there's going to be definitive, where people aren't saying, I think, are they here or not? Definitively, yes, they are. Okay, I got like a reaching out. They've been with us since the beginning. They find us fascinating. They have been observing us, and they like you talked about, like some of the booms. And I mean, they have their ships. A lot of their ships are invisible, right, David?
Yeah, they can do that either way.
Yeah. So you might see a ship or something, but there's going to be something going on in a couple of years where there's definitive. There's not going to be any question about it. Right now people have a big question mark. Okay. Online supermarkets to replace a majority of brick and mortar stores. More and more online. I mean, a lot of the brick and mortar stores I saw leaving, and even online supermarkets. Where we can just order our food and it comes to us, And I did see more and more of those robots things. You can I forget the names of them, but the right now Amazon is using them. But there's more drones, right? But not like they are now. I saw them being extremely advanced, where I could online supermarket order my food, pay for it, and it's here at the house. You know what I mean? They bring it like right away. So more and more of that, but any like brick and mortar stores, a lot of those are going to be going. Years ago, I predicted the libraries closing as more and more things are online. Again, the American public schools I saw closing online. So this will be like a slow deterioration of the brick and mortar stuff, but it's just like more and more and more till it's not everything, but a majority of things. Okay, let's see here. Okay, a major disease will break out in Venice, Italy, caused by the polluted water. Take your gondola rides now, because I do not see them being available in the future. So I did get a vision about, I actually had a vision of people in the gondolas, and I looked down into the water, and it was like sewer water. It was horrible. There was like a disease in the water. So have you guys been to Venice?
No, we haven't.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I don't know, is the water really bad there or something? Or very polluted?
I'm sure you can't drink it, that's for sure. But yeah, I've heard something about that, but I don't remember too much about what I read about it. But what you were talking about sounds, familiar, but I just don't know enough to qualify me to make a statement on that.
I actually saw like a disease in the water where it's just like you got to get out of that. You know what I mean? It's just like it's really bad. And then my last future vision I have for tonight is a birds of Canada disease breaking out, killing many wild birds. I had a vision of a lake full of dead geese and birds washing up on the shore. So there's going to be some kind of, I get it around Canada, but something with the geese, the birds, there's something going to be happening there. So just watch out for that. Okay, that's it. That's my predictions, my future visions.
Very good.
I was thinking about the water. I guess we were thinking about it too because George Clooney married the gal and then they were in Venice. So that was probably what we were thinking about with the water.
Yeah, but it's all right now, but it's coming up pretty soon where you're not going to be able to take a gondola ride or really visit it. So if you're going to take the gondola ride, take it now because the water is just going to get bad.
Yes, hear that.
Yeah, I think I might pass on that one this time. No. But I was also I like the idea about Katy Perry. I thought that was awesome. That would be a great show to see. She puts on apparently a pretty good show.
But this is going to be the biggest thing you've ever seen in Vegas. Like I saw the biggest thing, spectacular. We've never seen anything like this, and I feel like it's going to be the show that you need to see, and like everybody's going to be seeing this show. Again, I do feel she's going to be having a baby or having children, and she kind of wants to settle in one place, kind of like what Britney Spears is doing now with her kids. That other lady, she was a singer, and she was there with her children too. Her husband recently died.
Celine Dion.
Right, and she raised her children in Vegas as she, performed. But this is like going to be the show of the shows. Yeah, so Katy Perry, so yeah, it's going to be exciting to see her. That's for sure.
All right. And you were going to also mention, talk about angels and archangels.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, let me say this, David and Sherelle. I was always like, okay, angels, okay. Like I really, you hear about angels, but I didn't realize that how much they help you. I've been going through like a lot of changes. The angels have been working with me. I've been studying the angels. Archangel Michael has really come. First thing I want to say about angels is this. You have to give them permission to override your free will in order for them to help you, to help you, your free will. We all have free will, and they can do some things for us, but they can't do all things. So when they, you say, oh, angels, help me, or Archangel Michael, help me, just say, I give you permission to override my free will in order to help me to my greatest good. Help me, protect me, Archangel Michael. And once you do that, oh, my gosh, they really are the action. My life has really been taking I've just been in awe of the angels and what they do. And they are, especially Archangel Michael, done. He's a, you're protected, yes. He's a no-nonsense kind of angel. So, I love them all. I'm still learning about them. But I just want to let everybody know out there, the people that say to me, I'm alone, nobody loves me, I just want to let everybody know we have angels, archangels, guardian angels, spirit guides, ascended masters, saints, and spiritual beings on the other side that are with us all the time. And let's not forget wonderful God who loves us all in our higher self. We're not alone. There's millions. We're not alone.
That's right. We're not alone, and that's an excellent. That's excellent to bring up right now too, because a lot of times people forget that you do have to call on your angels, and you do have to let them know that it's okay, that you're asking them to come and help you. And, you know, that is so important. So that was right, spot on.
Yep, because we have to remember our archangels are the messengers of God, and they are actually God's, I'm not going to say handymen, but they're the ones that if they are a blessing from God. And then they are definitely a tool that we all need to use in this life, especially during now what I talked about, the year of the manifestor, the year of the scandal, and all the shakeups that are coming down the line, the wacky weather, the wars, the terrorism, all this stuff that's going to be happening, the crumbling in order for things to build up. We all need the angels' help. So what I wanted to do was just briefly go over some of the archangels, and so people can, because people have asked about archangels and like what some of them are, what some of them are for. And so if that's okay, I'd like to go through that, if that's all right.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Well, for the first one is like Archangel Michael. He's the big Mahoff. I call him the big Mahoff. And he's the one with the big sword, and he's there for protection. So you call for him to come in to protect you, to shield you. If you're in trouble, my Archangel Michael comes in right away. He is the angel of police officers. He gets things done. But again, he's a no-nonsense kind of angel. And we all kind of stream through Archangel Michael. So he's a big one. Archangel Ariel, she is all about nature and animals, and she's into environmentalism and animal welfare. She can help you with earthly material needs. And then there's Azrael, which helps you with, like if you're like a funeral or a death in the family, Archangel Azrael can help you. Camuel, he finds, he's almost like Saint Anthony. He finds things for you. He's a comforter angel. And so Camuel, when I call on Archangel Camuel, he does help me find keys. He does help me find, if I'm lost in the parking lot, where's my car, that type of thing. And listen, there's nothing too big or too small for these angels, okay? And remember, nothing too big or too small. And, they're there to help. That's what you just have to allow them to override your free will so they can come in and do all this. Of course, Archangel Gabriel, which is, all about like the writers and the actors, and Gabriel's all about the artists. And Gabriel, I actually did get a vision of Gabriel, but it's a he-she. There's like a he-she kind of vibe off of Gabriel. I don't get really a determined gender on Gabriel, but it's definitely almost like I don't know if you've ever seen Gabriel, but it's kind of like a rainbow-looking angel. You know what I mean? It's a very. Did you ever see Gabriel at all, David or Sherelle?
Different angels have different aura colors, and
right.
I've seen Archangel Michael and my guardian angels and some other angels, and but I've never seen Gabriel. No.
Gabriel to me comes around like a rainbow, like almost like a rainbow. It's a nondescript. It's not like angels with the wings. I just thought maybe if you'd seen Gabriel. Then there's Archangel Haniel, and that's about emotional and physical, especially women, emotional health and spiritual gifts and intuition. Jeremiel, another spiritual visions and clairvoyance. Jophiel, how to beautify your surroundings. Jophiel comes around. It's a lady that comes around. Jophiel, she's about nature, getting out into nature. She's all about clarity. So I have like a relationship with Jophiel. Okay, Archangel Metatron, which I believe was Enoch. Wasn't he Enoch here on this earth? He was one of the earth angels. There was Metatron and Sanlaphon, right? One was Enoch and one was Isaac or something. Or is that true, David? I think those are the two that went right to heaven or something.
Well, it depends if you study them from one perspective, the angels, or study them for, let's say, a Catholic perspective. Then if it's a Catholic perspective, I'd say yes. If it's another, nobody knows everything about the angels, including myself, even though I've studied them for some time. But so that's very possible. Just depends on what
Yep.
who taught you and what they believe in. Like on one perspective, there's no saints, there's just angels, ascended masters, and this and that. But on the other perspective, because I did grow up Catholic, even though I'm not practicing religion right now, there are saints, and like
Yep.
Archangel Michael could be considered Saint Michael. Somebody else would say he was just created as an angel. So, I really don't get into that though as much, because when I talk to the angels, they're always there and they always help.
Yes.
So, you know what I mean?
That's what it boils down to. They're always there and they always help. And again, I'm still on the journey about the angels, but I just wanted to let everybody know that they really are there. They help you to get out of your. They help everybody get out of their ego, where all the lower energies are, where everybody's worry and anxiety is. And so I'm just asking everybody to call upon Archangel Michael to help you and to override your free will so he can help you. So thank you very much for having me on, David and Sherelle. I had a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you. And, go ahead and look into the angels and ascended masters more. Maybe next show we can hear a little bit more about that, because there's a lot of people that have questions about that. So that'd be a great show.
Okay, sounds great. I'd love to talk about it.
Well, thank you very much for being on Beyond the Gate with us and your real predictions. And anybody wants to contact her, her website is on the introduction to the show page at the bottom, whiterose-productions.com. Thank you very much for being on our show.
Yes.
Thank you
very much. What a beautiful, beautiful show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Sherelle. Thank you, David. I had a great time. Thank you.
You too.
God bless.
God bless.
God bless
Bye-bye.
you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.